1. When was the Labor Code of the Philippines enacted? A. Labor Day of 1974. B. Independence Day of 1981. C. Labor Day of 1990. D. Independence Day of 1962. The answer is A. It was enacted on Labor Day of 1974 by President Ferdinand Marcos. 2. What is not included in the Labor Code? A. Rules for hiring and termination of private employees. B. Conditions of work including maximum work hours and overtime. C. Employee benefits such as holiday pay, 13th month pay, and retirement. D. Guidelines in the organization and membership in labor unions. E. All of the above. The answer is E. All of the above. 3. True or false? The right to trade union is expressly recognized, as is the right of a union to insist on a closed shop. The answer is A. True. 4. Are strikes authorized by the Labor Code? A. Yes, strikes of all forms are allowed. B. No, all forms of strikes are illegal. C. Strikes are authorized for as long as they comply with the strict requirements under the Code. D. Strikes are not discussed in the Labor Code. The answer is C. Strikes are authorized for as long as they comply with the strict requirements. 5. True or false? Workers who organize or participate in illegal strikes may be subject to dismissal. The answer is true. 6. True or false? Philippine jurisprudence has long applied a rule that any doubts in the interpretation of law, especially the Labor Code, will be resolved in favor of labor and against management. The answer is true. 7. True or false? The state shall ensure equal work opportunities regardless of sex, race, or creed. A. True. B. False. Work opportunities are to be kept hierarchical. The answer is A. True. 8. True or false? The state shall regulate relations between workers and employers. A. True. B. False. Laissez-faire policy discourages the state from intervening in the affairs of the labor market. The answer is A. True. 9. True or false? The implementation and interpretation of the Code shall be resolved in favor of the employers. A. True. B. False. It shall be resolved in favor of labor. The answer is B. False. 10. Rules and regulations shall become effective how many days? After announcement of their adoption in newspapers of general circulation? A. 15 days. B. 30 days. C. 60 days. D. 10 days. The answer is A. 15 days. 11. True or false? The Labor Code does not apply to non-agricultural workers. A. True. B. False. It applies to all workers, whether agricultural or non-agricultural. The answer is B. False. 12. Chapter 2, Emancipation of Tenants, aims to emancipate whom from what? A. The tiller of the soil, from his bondage. B. The employer, from his responsibilities. C. The farmer, from his taxes. D. The tenants, from their annual dues. The answer is A. The tiller of the soil, from his bondage. 13. Tenant farmers of what kind of agricultural land are granted ownership of land in Article 8? A. Public land devoted to CHRA. B. Private land devoted to rice and corn. C. Public land devoted to coconut trees. D. Private land devoted to sugar. The answer is B. Private land devoted to rice and corn. 14. In Article 8, tenant farmers are granted land in the following stipulated sizes, except A. 5 hectares if not irrigated. B. 3 hectares if irrigated. C. 10 hectares with no conditions. The answer is C. 10 hectares with no conditions. 15. In all cases, the landowner may retain an area of not more than how many hectares? If such landowner is cultivating such area or will now cultivate it. A. 5 hectares. B. 3 hectares. C. 10 hectares. D. 7 hectares. The answer is D. 7 hectares. 16. How is the value of the transferred land determined? A. Equivalent to 2.5x the average harvest of 3 crop years. B. Equivalent to the prevailing market value of the 3 hectares. C. Equivalent to half the prevailing market value of land in the area. The answer is A. 2.5x average harvest of 3 crop years. 17. What is the interest rate per annum of the land transferred to tenant farmers? A. 1% per annum. B. 6% per annum. C. 10% per annum. D. 17% per annum. The answer is B. 6% per annum. 18. What is the timeframe given to tenant farmers to pay the transferred land? A. 10 years of 10 equal annual amortizations. B. 15 years of 15 equal annual amortizations. C. 10 years with monthly amortizations. D. 15 years with varying amortizations. The answer is B. 15 years of 15 equal annual amortizations. 19. In Article 9, Determination of Land Value, what happens in case of default? A. Amortization due shall be paid by the farmers' cooperative. B. Tenant farmer loses the land to the owner. C. The landowner regains the land provided he pays 1/2 the determined value. D. Tenant farmers of the neighboring land may purchase the land. The answer is A. Cooperative pays the amortization. 20. True or false? No title to the land acquired by the tenant farmer under Presidential Decree No. 27 shall be actually issued to him unless and until he has become a full-fledged member of a duly recognized farmers' cooperative. The answer is true. 21. Heirs of the tenant farmer may inherit the transferred land. A. True, hereditary succession is allowed. B. False, tenant farmers are only allowed to keep the land while they are able to till it. The answer is A. True, heirs of the tenant farmer are allowed to inherit the land. 22. The Labor Code assigns what agency to implement the provisions of Chapter 2? A. Department of Labor. B. Department of Agrarian Reform. C. Registry of Deeds. D. Land Registration Authority. The answer is B. Department of Agrarian Reform.